What is up, guys? In today's video I'm going to be talking about the mythic weapons we have in Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 3 and going over how you can get them. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more. Comment down below which mythic weapon is your favorite this season, and if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it is EvolvedJake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. So the first mythic weapon we're going to be talking about is going to be my personal favorite, and that is going to be the Mythic Striker Pump from the Duck Race at Heatwave Harbor. So not quite in the POI, but very close to the POI, there is this bridge, and if you activate the Duck Race, you have a chance to get the Mythic Pump. The ducks will make their way down the river until they finish the race, and then once the race is finished, you will get loot. And from this, you have a chance to get the Mythic Striker Pump, but you're guaranteed at least a Legendary. It will be either Legendary or Mythic, and that's why this is one of my favorite places to land. The guaranteed high rarity pump is really nice. Compared to the Legendary version, the Mythic has 129 body damage instead of 123, so 6 more base damage than the Legendary. The main difference between these two shotguns, though, is going to be the damage cap, because the Mythic has a damage cap of 234, while the Legendary has a damage cap of 201. So 33 more potential headshot damage, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I'll take all the extra headshot damage I can get when it comes to pump shotguns. And then this also has a faster reload speed. Like I said, though, one of the main nice things about this is just that it's a guaranteed Legendary or Mythic. You know, if it was just any weapon that you get from this, I maybe wouldn't be as high on it, but even when I don't get the Mythic, I'm very happy to get the Legendary. And because of that extra damage cap, I definitely enjoy using the Mythic Striker Pump. And it's very easy to get. You just hit the button, and then the rest of it kind of happens, you know? The Mythic Hunting Rifle, I think, is going to be a lot of people's favorite. You get this from the underground room at Cluster Coast. So at this Cluster Coast POI, there's a bunch of rubber duckies around the POI, and you need to find the one that has sunglasses on it. It's just random which one will have sunglasses. You just got to go through the POI and check. But as you get used to landing here, I feel like you get used to the spots where it can end up, and then you can kind of check them really quickly. Once you get that, you take it to this display case, which will open down the underground area. In there are a few Legendary chests, and one of those will drop a Legendary hunting rifle guaranteed, but its potential to be Mythic. Like the Duck Race, it's either Legendary or Mythic, so if you enjoy using the hunting rifle, this is going to be a nice place to land. It has 105 base damage, so 5 more body damage than the Legendary, which really isn't that big of a deal. And every rarity blue and higher of the hunting rifle will actually one hit to the head in zero build. So a difference in headshot damage also doesn't really matter. And so you're probably asking yourself, why would I care about getting the Mythic then if the body damage is kind of an insignificant difference and the headshot damage also doesn't matter? The main advantage is going to be that the Mythic hunting rifle has 2 shots instead of just 1. So you can shoot this twice before reloading it, similar to the Mythic Mammoth pistol that we have had in the past. And that is why this Mythic hunting is so good. You don't have to reload it as often. You get 2 shots before you have to reload, which just makes it a bit easier to get kills, especially in instances where you don't hit the headshot. You know, being able to follow up with 2 body shots back to back is pretty busted. Or if you're playing team game modes, obviously, you know, you have extra ammo for the teammates potentially. And so I think for players that enjoy the hunting rifle, this Mythic is going to be one of the most sought after. The Mythic Baba Yaga pistol can be found from the John Wick dog. This can spawn at either Sinister Strip or Battlewood. It's just random game to game which POI this dog spawns at. He will be marked on the map, and you need to go eliminate the AI guards around him. And once you've cleared out enough guards, they will stop spawning, and then you will be given the Legendary Lancehead pistol or the Mythic Baba Yaga version. It's just random, again, either Legendary or Mythic. The Mythic has 35 damage per shot, which is 2 more than the Legendary's 33. Not a huge change. And then the mag throw will also deal 50 damage instead of 45. And the other versions do 45. So you do 5 more damage on the mag throw from the Mythic version than you do the others. And then it also has a faster reload speed. Like pretty much every increase in rarity, you get a faster reload speed. So the damage difference on this one isn't too crazy. Just 2 additional damage. But that's like kind of how Mythics have been in more modern Fortnite. It's not like the Mythics completely redefine the item. It's usually just a little bit more damage, and the Lancehead pistol is no different. But if you enjoy using the Lancehead pistol, freeing this dog, you know, getting a gold one guaranteed or getting the Mythic is really nice. And then also, once you interact with the dog, it will actually fill your health and shield. So if you aren't full health after freeing the dog, you know, interact with him, and then you can get that as well. So I don't think this one is going to be the most sought after, but if you enjoy the Lance Head pistol, you're definitely going to want to go for that. The final 3 mythics are all pretty good, but they're much harder to go for because they just spawn from a boss. When you eliminate the boss, you will get the mythic. At the start of the season, it was just a random chance whether you got the mythic, but Fortnite did update it, so now these bosses are guaranteed to drop their mythic weapons. But what's random about them is where they spawn. In past Fortnite boss, or for Chapter 7, this has been happening, but the bosses had a few locations where they can end up. And on the Chapter 7 Season 3 map, there are an absurd amount of different locations the bosses can spawn. So going for them is really unlikely to happen. It feels like each POI has like 2 or 3 boss locations near it. So you basically just have to travel around the map and look around if you want to get one of these, or just get lucky and that the boss like spawns near you. So I don't think you can go for these as much. It's more of a thing that's just like, if you happen to see it and you want it, that's nice, but you're not going to land here and make like a concerted effort to go for them. These weapons are going to be the Mythic Surgical Burst Rifle, the Extending Focus Shotgun, and then the Maven Shotgun. So the Surgical Burst Rifle Mythic can be found from the Void Blade boss. This has 29 base damage, which is 1 more than the Legendary version. For some reason, the Mythic has a slightly slower fire rate at 5.69, while the other versions have 5.79, so slightly slower fire rate. This is probably something that you're not really going to notice, and as far as DPS is concerned, the Mythic still does have higher DPS than the Legendary, and the Mythic also has 1 additional burst in the mag, and then you also get that faster reload speed. So just +1 damage, not huge night and day difference, but if you're someone who enjoys using the burst and then you happen to find this and then you go from like a green to the mythic, that's a huge upgrade and that's going to help you a lot. If you already have the legendary, it's probably a change that you're not really going to notice, and you know, might not be worth the time it takes to eliminate the boss, because while eliminating these bosses or while fighting these bosses, you do make yourself a somewhat easy target for other players to third party you. And if you guys have played this season, you probably know it's pretty difficult to deal with somebody getting like decent timing or being able to third party you and cut you off and spray you with the Ranger pistol. The final 2 mythic shotguns are interesting. The Extending Focus Shotgun you can find from Skeletor, and it actually has the same damage as the Legendary at 101 base damage, but the damage cap is 145, which is 5 higher than the Legendary. The Legendary has a damage cap of 140, and then you also get faster reload speed, which is typically something I don't care too much about as the weapons increase in rarity. It's like, sure, I'll take the extra reload speed. It's better to have it that way than slower, but it's not a huge difference maker. I feel like in the case of the Extending Focus Shotgun, it can be a little bit more impactful than normal, especially for shotguns, because this shotgun only has 3 shots and you can't reload 1 shell at a time. You have to do like the regular, you know, reload animation where you break the gun and then put the shells in and then put it back together. So looking at the reload speed on this, I feel like is a nice benefit to have, because the reload on this is a bit more problematic than other shotguns, or a bit more of a factor than other shotguns, because it has a reload animation and only 3 shells. But I still would probably just rather have it, you know, just have more damage. It's a similar case of the burst, where like if you have a low rarity extending focus and then happen upon this boss, you know, sure, you can eliminate them, but if you already have a gold one, it probably really isn't worth going for this boss, I don't think. And then the final mythic is going to be the Mythic Maven Shotgun. This can be found from the Wolf boss. It has 4 more damage than the Legendary at 102, while the Legendary is 98. So a decent amount more damage, especially for a spammy shotgun. The damage cap is 150, which is 5 higher than the Legendary. Again, a nice little benefit. And then you also have faster reload speed again on the Maven, which is nice, but not that big of a deal because the shotgun reloads 1 shell at a time. So you can be a little bit more loose with how you reload it. You know, if you need a shell, you can put a shell in and then shoot right away. It's not like you need to like go through the whole animation. So it's nice, but not as impactful as the Extending Focus Shotgun. So this mythic is nice if you enjoy using the mythic and happen upon this boss. I think it definitely is more noticeable difference than the other 2 mythics you get from the bosses. And so that is pretty good. And 4 damage might not sound like a lot, but in the world of shotguns, that is a decent increase, especially for a shotgun that's like spammy like this and doesn't always hit the hardest. So the Mythic Maven, I definitely think, is probably the best of the boss mythics. You also have potential to get the mythic weapons this season. If you have the Burnt Peanut Sprite at max level and you eliminate people, I believe there's a small chance for it to spawn mythics. I'm not sure if every mythic currently in the loot pool can be obtained that way, or if it's just the ones from the bosses. But from what I've heard, the ones from the bosses are definitely attainable by Peanut. Not so sure about the other ones, but either way, it's not the greatest chance either way. But if you like, you know, trying to get some of these mythics without going for the bosses, having a level 5 burnt peanut sprite does give you a chance of getting some of them. But that is going to be it for this video. Let me know what do you guys think of the mythic weapons this season, and which one is your favorite, or which one you like getting most. As always, if you guys did enjoy this, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.